Good morning, this is Yuvraj here. In this video, I'll be illustrating the process of configuring user registries in IBM API Connect 2018. To be exact, the version I'll be using is API Connect version 2018.4.1.8. So let me walk you through the process. So when you talk about user registries in API Connect, so there are different types of user registries that you could use for various purposes, right? So one of them is a local user registry, so which is an internal registry that gets created within your API Connect environment and which will be used for authentication of users accessing your Cloud Managed user interface or your API Managed user interface like that, right? It's mostly for authenticating users logging into your user interfaces of IBM API Connect, right? So the other types of user registries are LDAP user registry. Now this could be used for authenticating your users who are logging into your user interfaces of API Connect, like Cloud Manager, API Management user interfaces, or they could also be used for securing your APIs, right, as part of basic authentications or as part of your OAuth, right? Then we have authentication URL, which is simple basic registry for secure integrating with third parties. So in the case of authentication URL, so you can provide the URL of your backend microservices which will perform the authentication of your of the user credentials either against a database or using any other identity provider, right? And then returns a result of authentication, whether it's 200 OK for successful authentication or any other reason code, right? So it can be used in API Connect for securing APIs again, for which would be like using basic auth or using OAuth when you're trying to secure your APIs, right? So the authentication URLs could be like pointing to a third-party provider, or it could be your existing microservices or already developed authentication services within the enterprise, right? Then we have OIDC, so which is the later versions, so which is OpenID Connect. So this is typically used for user onboarding. So into your for authentication to users where multi-factor authentication is required, right? Like Google, Microsoft, Facebook, like that, right? So these are the supported user registries within your API Connect environment, right? And to configure these user registries, right? So you have different places. So one of them could be in using your Cloud Managed user interface, right? So you can configure, add additional user histories of your requirement, of your need in your using in your Cloud Managed user interface of API Connect. Now, if you do so, whatever user histories you're creating or configuring, they are shared across all provider organizations of that particular API Connect environment, right? Whereas if you use API management user interface, because they are API management user interface are specific to each provider organizations. So when you use API management user interface to configure your user registry resources, then they are specific to that provider organizations only. So only that provider organization APIs of that particular provider organizations can use or refer to these user registries. So depending on need, depending on your requirement, you could choose to create the user registry resource either using Cloud Managed user interface or API Managed user interface, or you could do using command line interface also, right? But for sake of this illustrations, I'll be using user interfaces, right? And in this illustrations, I'll be doing authentication URL registry, user registry, and subsequent videos I'll be demonstrating how to create user registries for different other types, right? So for creating authentication user URL user registry, the requirement is the prerequisites are you should have an IBM API Connect environment setup, right? So I'm again referring to version 2018, and the version I am using for the illustration is 2018.4.1.8, right? And then you should have access to either Cloud Managed user interface in case you're planning to create the resources, user history resources on Cloud Managed user interface for sharing across your various provider organizations, right? Or you need to have access to API Managed user interface, right? So in case you're creating for a specific provider organizations, and any of these, you should have an admin privilege, which will give you privilege to create the resources on Cloud Manager or API Manager, right? And then you have need to have a backend authentication service because that is the endpoint that you're going to invoke from API Connect for performing the actual authentication. So it's more like API Connect offloading the authentication functionality to a third-party service. Now, that third-party service could be a third-party provider, or it could be your existing microservices or services within your enterprise, right? So let's move on for the demonstration. I already have a microservice created, a REST API created using my IBM integration bus, right? So I have a user authentication service hosted on my IBM integration bus environment, so which takes in the user credentials as a basic auth, the user ID password in the basic auth header, and then when invoked, it's going to be it's going to verify against LDAP, backend LDAP identity provider, and let me know whether the credentials are valid or not. So it'll return a 200 OK if the user credentials that are passed are correct. In case if any other value, it's going to return me a different status code, which indicates that the user credentials are not valid. So 401 unauthorized, right? So this is a service which I'm going to use to integrate with my API Connect, right? And for doing it, if I go to my API Connect environment, I do have an option, as I told you earlier. I could create the user registries either in the management API manager user interface, which is specific to provider organization, so which in my case is dev, right? Or I could choose to create in Cloud Manager user interface, right? Which will be shared across all my provider organizations, right? So in this case, let me go for Cloud Manager because I do have multiple organizations like dev and test, right? And I want this to be shared across multiple organizations. To show you my organizations, if I go to my provider organizations, you could see the list of provider organizations that I would have created for my environment. So just a dev environment, it's taking a bit of time to load. So you'd see the two environments that have been created, test and dev, right? So I want to create a user registry which should be shareable across or shared across these provider organizations. So that's the reason why I'm choosing it to create in my Cloud Manager user interface. And when you go to Cloud Manager user interface navigations on the left hand side, you can see the resource category. So you can go to resources. So under resources, you have different types of resources. So the resource that we are interested in is your user registry. So you can select user registries. So you could already see there are certain user registries that I have created for my purpose. So I'm going to create one more. So I'm going to click on create to create a new user registry. So now here you have the type of user registry that you can create. So authentication URL user registry, LDAP, local user registry, or you using OpenID Connect as I specified earlier. So for this illustrations or demonstration, I'm going to create authentication URL user registry. So I select on that. So now I'm going to give a title, the name for the user registry. So let's say demo auth URL registry. So display name. So I'm giving the same name as the title. Summary. Using authentication service on IBM integration bus or IBM App Connect, right? So now we have to give the URL. So here I'm going to go copy the URL from my Postman. I'm giving it to you. So at runtime, I say I need to replace the host name and the secured port of my environment. So it should point to the complete URL that should be invoked from API Connect, right? So I click in case any TLS requires, I can give the TLS client profiles, right? For SSL or TLS based communications, I can choose the default one and click on save. So because of the endpoint, so I have to match the endpoints. I have to give a actual name. So let's say I give the so I give the host name and let me give some port. So whatever port I'm giving is dummy, but you have to give the actual endpoint URL of your backend service, authentication service, right? So once you're done, you can click on save to save your authentication URL registry. So this is just first step. So here you're just creating or defining your authentication URL user registry. So in case you're planning to use it for securing your APIs, right, within your provider organizations or for a particular provider organizations, you need to associate this URL registry object that you have created to the catalog of your provider organizations. So the next thing that I'll show you now. So once it gets saved, so user registry URL has been created, right? So now I've created in Cloud Manager, which means the user registry that I've created in Cloud Manager user interface will be available or visible across all my provider organizations. So now if I want to use it for the APIs of your specific provider organizations for securing those APIs, either as part of basic auth or either as part of OAuth security. So I go to the API Manager user interface. So because remember, API Manager user interface is the interface specific to each provider organizations. So now I'm accessing the API Manager user interface of dev organization, right? So I go to the manage page on that. I'll go to a particular catalog. So which in case will be my sandbox catalog for the dev organization, right? So I click on sandbox catalog. And then if I go to the settings of my sandbox catalog, so there you have a category or option called API user registries, right? So I go to API user registries. So these are user registries that will be used for your by your APIs as part of the security mechanisms. So I go to API user registries, click on edit. So when you do that, it will show all the API user registries, right? So either the ones created on Cloud Manager or the user registries that have been created on the API Manager user interface for this particular provider organizations, right? So the user registries that have been created on Cloud Manager user interface, you will see will tagged as shared because they are shared across your provider organizations. But if you have created any user registries on this particular API Manager user interface for this dev organizations, you will also see this, but you won't have a shared tag there. So let's select the user registry that we have configured and click on save. Right now, once that is saved, then you can go to your APIs and then you can use this for securing APIs either as part of basic auth or you can use this for as part of a OAuth security mechanisms. If you want, if you're creating a OAuth provider in API Connect, and for that OAuth provider for authentication, you can refer to this particular user history as well. So which probably I'll cover it in a different video session when I'm talking about OAuth security for APIs. So now that it's been created, now let me go back to my API. Let's say I go to my develop section, so where I've created some certain APIs. So I go to the API which I want to secure using the API user history that I've created, authentication URL. So I go to security definitions of the particular API. I can add a new security definition, right? So let's say basic auth, and I select the type of security definition as basic. So I'm going to use basic authentication for my API, and in that I can select the user history that I've associated, right? So then, so any incoming request will be authenticated for the user credentials that is coming on the request with the backend authentication service. And only when that authentication service returns as 200 OK, then your API, the users will be authenticated and allowed to invoke your APIs. So this is the process that you're going to follow for securing APIs using a authentication URL user history. So as part of this, We had seen how to use your backend existing microservices or services which performs your authentication functionality within your API Connect. So you could create authentication URL user history and then use that for securing your APIs, right? I hope this video has been useful. So if you have any queries or anything, you can always feel free to reach out to me either on my mobile number, right, or using email ID, or you can leave a comment on my website as well. Thank you.